Excuse me. I have to have some water. Speaking of water, I've got to tell you what happened the other day. It really pissed me off. I was coming home the other night from a gig, right? And, you know, it's like 11 o'clock at night, you know, I'm tired and I have to get petrol. So I stop off, I get the petrol and I think, oh, I'm a bit thirsty. I'll get a bottle of Mount Franklin. So I front up to the checkout. I say to the dude, yeah, and can I have a bottle of water too, please? And he goes, oh, you're lucky because usually the water's $3.75. I'm going, I don't feel lucky because that feels really expensive for a bottle of air and, you know, water. I'm paying for the label, basically, and someone to fill it up with a tap and, you know, verify it's from a spring. But he said, you're lucky because we've got a special deal. You get one for $3.75 or two for $4. And I was late and I was tired and I went, that's really perplexing because I actually don't want 2 bottles of water. I actually only want 1 bottle of water. But I don't want to have to pay $3.75 for it. You know, so I could have got 2 bottles and then instantly taken one back and got $2 back. I don't know how that would have worked because you couldn't have given me 25. Anyway, I started going through my head and I thought, you know what, I actually don't want it. And I said, oh no, I'll just get the 1. And he was shocked. He went, what? You're not getting the other bottle of water? As like I was an idiot because I hadn't actually accepted because it's obviously I had no idea what value was. And I said, well, I don't actually want a second bottle of water. Like, you know, I just want 1 bottle of water. And he goes, oh, you can drink it later. I'm like, what? I can drink it later? What are you, my dad? I'm thinking, what the fuck's wrong with the water? Has he been pissing in the bottles or something? It's a big joke to try and move more water. I mean, is there something wrong with the water? What is going on with this dude who's trying to get me to buy water at like 11 o'clock at night, you know, at a service station? And I'm going, well, I don't know. I don't want to, you know, and I feel pressured. I feel pressured to get a second, but like he's judging me. He's judging me like I'm a stupid woman because I'm not taking the second bottle of water, like clearly. And I'm going, well, it's not a money thing. I can afford a second bottle of water. It's not 25 cents. I can afford it. It's just that I don't want it. I don't feel like it's ethical to consume something if you don't need it just because it feels like it's a bargain. And I did do this terrible thing last week where I had a similar thing happen. This whole kind of upselling kind of, you know, mentality that's taken over every part of like commerce, just about, where you can't get what you want anymore. You have to get more than what you want. Except when you go to buy a car, no one says, look, we've got to get a new car, but for an extra $25 you can have a second new car. No, they don't do it with that. They just do it with shit that's actually not worth anything that you shouldn't be paying for anyway. So, you know, so the woman from Optus rings me and she says, do you want a new phone plan? I go, no. She goes, well, you have to because it's up. And I'm like, I don't understand. And then she starts reading the script. It's so boring. And then she goes, and it means you get a new iPhone for free. And I went, well, I've got an iPhone, it works. She goes, well, it doesn't matter. You get a new one for free. And I said, well, I don't need a new iPhone because I've got an iPhone. And she goes, well, it doesn't matter. I'll just send it to you anyway. And I went, I have to have another iPhone. I said, I don't believe in consuming more iPhones than I need. I mean, there are people dying in a village in China putting together iPhones just so I can have a spare one that I don't need. And she got kind of upset about this and she said, I had to take the iPhone, you know, otherwise there was no way out of taking the iPhone. And she said, just put it in the cupboard. So in my cupboard upstairs, I've got a brand new iPhone in a box that I haven't opened because I don't actually need it, but I was forced to accept it. And I accepted the whole deal because I just wanted to get this bitch off the phone. I don't want to talk to her anymore about iPhones anyway. So I had actually felt like a bit of a weak person because I'd buckled under the iPhone. So here I am at like, now it's about 11:15 at night, having a scene with a guy in a petrol station about the second bottle of water. And I go, no, I am not getting another bottle of water. And he just goes like, you know, you can keep it in the car. You know, like he's giving me an excuse. I said, don't keep it in the car. I said, don't keep it in the car. I said, if you leave water in a car, you know, it will actually get really hot and, you know, the whole kind of plastic thing, and then you'll be drinking poison. I said, I'm not going. I felt really good about that. Like I'd come up with a really legitimate reason not to get the water. And he says, well, you could take it upstairs. Like he's been to my house. I went, wow, I could actually. He said, well, just take it out of the car. And at this stage, I'm going, this guy is not going to give up. He is going to move. He is on some sort of retainer to move a pallet of water by dawn. And get the water and get out. It's, you know, he's going to chase me to the car with a bottle of water. So I go, all right, I don't care. Give me 2 bottles of water. You know, so I drive home and I just hating myself because I've got 2 bottles of water I didn't want. I only wanted 1. And I go to bed, you know, I get the second one out and I go put it in the cupboard. I actually put it in the cupboard next to the iPhone. Oh shit, there goes the water. And, and then I'm feeling like, oh God, I go to bed. I can't sleep, right, because I'm lying there. You know when you feel really bad about yourself, like you really, like you failed, you know, and I felt about 3 o'clock in the morning. I got up and started getting dressed. My husband said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Ballina. I'm going back, you know, because I hadn't resolved. So I actually drove back because it's 24-hour station. And the guy is like, you know, fully, it's like 3, it's hardly any water left now. And I go in, I said, see this water? I didn't want this and you can take it back. And I banged it on his counter, you know, and I said, I don't care about the money. I don't need the money. I don't need the water, right? I feel so good about myself. Fuck him. I get in the car, I get out of the driveway, and then I realise I'm really thirsty. So I had to go back in and get a bottle of water. This one. And he made me buy 2. That night I got 4 bottles of water. Anyway. You live and you learn. You get a lot of water. You can't beat it. You just got to join it. You got to upsize. That's it. Oh.